Welcome back, guys, to an episode of Talking Ball with JR, and we are back with another weekend of prediction, guys, where I give you guys predictions on score lines as well as some bets for the weekend. And guys, it's finally for the World Cup edition, and I can't wait. And I'm so excited to get into it. So let's see who I have winning, and let's see who I think you guys should be looking out for. Now, guys, don't get me wrong. We're not going to go down every game because there's going to be 109 total games in this whole World Cup, but we are going to go around where the games I think you guys should have your eyes on, because I know sometimes we got lives to live. You know what I mean? It's summer. We all can't just be sitting down and watching football all day. I understand. I get it. Now, guys, on Saturday, you guys should most definitely be looking forward to Brazil versus Morocco. Not only because I'm Brazilian, I'm telling you that, but most definitely, guys, because this Morocco team is very, very talented. Now, they have a different manager than they had 2022, but this manager was the U20 squad manager, and he's definitely had them pressing and playing very, very good. Obviously, they won the African Cup of Nations. Obviously, you know, you can debate that if you want. They're still a very good and talented team, especially with Hakimi leading them, guys. And I think this will be a very difficult team for Brazil to beat, especially the first game. It's very difficult. So I think, guys, I'm being real with you. I think it's gonna be. I think it's going to be a draw for Brazil. I think Brazil won't win this game, and I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a frustrating match for Brazil, especially because it's going to be a very difficult opponent and an opponent that's going to continuously press and press and press. So I would have to go with Brazil and Morocco to draw. The next matchup, guys, I would tell you guys to look out for is actually Australia versus Turkey, because if you want to watch one of the better European talents out there, it's Arda Güler. And if you're going to see him pick apart a team, it's most definitely going to be Australia at freaking midnight. And I think this will be a great chance for him to put a stamp on what I said. And I think he has a very good chance of having a very, very good game. So if you want to see one of the most talented players and definitely one of the better up-and-coming players in Europe, go check out Arda Güler versus Turkey. Turkey versus Australia, and Arda Güler playing for Turkey. A game, guys, that you guys should definitely have your eyes on is Netherlands versus Japan. This Japan squad is very, very good. Watch out for their goalkeeper, guys. He's linked to go to Villa, so look out for him. He's actually really good and very talented. Played really good for Parma last season. And guys, look out for Netherlands. I told you guys I think they have a really, really good chance of going far. And I told you guys the supercomputer himself decided that Netherlands will be the team winning the whole World Cup. So we're going to find out if he's right or if he's wrong. Memphis Depay was called up after Jurgen Timber was injured. So let's see if Memphis Depay still got a thing or two. And then the next game, guys, I would tell you guys to look out for is Ivory Coast versus Ecuador. I think it's going to be a very, very good matchup. It's going to be a very cagey matchup, but I think it's going to be a very good and fun matchup to watch. Ecuador has a good amount of talent, as well as Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast, I told you guys, has the potential to probably look the best out of all the African nations in the World Cup. And I think that will be a good way for them to stamp it, is by beating Ecuador. I'm not sure if they will. I think this game will most likely be a draw. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a 2-2 draw, but I would not be shocked if this is one of the most entertaining games in all of the group stages. Since I gave you guys the games to look out for, I'm going to give you guys the teams that I think will win this weekend. I think Switzerland will beat Qatar. I think Brazil and Morocco will draw. I think Scotland will most definitely hand it to Haiti. And I think that Turkey will beat Australia. I think Germany and Curacao. I think Germany has too much talent for Curacao, but Curacao is definitely going to bring the vibes. Netherlands versus Japan. I think that game will end with Netherlands getting a victory and starting out very strong in the group stages. Ivory Coast and Ecuador, guys, I think will be a draw. Sweden and Tunisia, I think will put us all to sleep, but I think Sweden will definitely win. So now I give you guys the teams that I think that will win and get results over the weekend, guys. I will be giving you guys the bets for the weekend, and I think you guys should most definitely be looking at Morocco double chance. I think you guys should be looking at Scott McTominay's shot on target. I think you guys should be looking at Rafinha to score assist. I think if Brazil going to make any noise, it's going to be back of Rafinha, not Vinicius Jr. I think Rafinha is going to be motivated to go out there and play really well. If you guys saw the Brazil interviews with Carlo Ancelotti and Vinicius Jr., I think Vinny looked very tense and he seemed a little shook of the moment. So I think Rafinha is actually going to be the better player for this tournament for Brazil. I'll also be going with Musiala to score assist. I think Musiala has something to prove. He didn't have that great of a season, especially because he was very injured throughout the season. I think Musiala is going to come in firing. Obviously, guys, if I would be a hypocrite if I didn't take one of the teams that I absolutely love in this World Cup, and it's Ivory Coast double chance. Guys, I am so confident in these bets I gave you. I think for sure you guys should probably even parlay this and even try to see if you guys can win some massive cha-ching, because I think these are all things that will hit. If anything, I could watch out for that Brazil game, because maybe Brazil goes out there and looks spectacular. I don't see that happening. I think Brazil will slowly get better as the tournament proceeds, so don't be worried about that too much. But I would say that's probably the only part of the parlay where I'm like, that might not work out for you. With that being said, guys, that's it for me today, and I can't wait for this weekend of football. I know it's going to be a great, great one. I am so excited that the World Cup is finally here. I know all of you guys have been waiting as well, and I can't wait, guys, to get to the later stages. I can't wait to get to the round 16. I just can't wait. I can't wait for the moments that the World Cup will bring because it always brings something special, and I know it's going to be a great time. So, guys, please like, subscribe, comment, hit me with some high points, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces. Goodbye. Peace.